It is another beautiful day inside the world of Nintendo, along with my beautiful fans out there. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for coming to the Odyssey. And yeah, today we're talking about the Nintendo Direct in February. I am a 99.9% sure that we are having a Nintendo Direct in February. Now, because the rumor is still up in the air on whether we are having that Nintendo Switch 2 reveal in January, there are two possibilities that we are going to be talking about when it comes to this Nintendo Direct. One, whether the Direct happens for the Switch 2, what type of Direct we will have in February. And if we do not get a Switch 2 reveal in January, what type of Direct will we have in February? I still think we are having a Direct either way, and we're going to go ahead and talk about both sides of the coin to see what Nintendo could come up with and what they will announce in this Nintendo Direct. Let's get started. Very quick reminder, this Saturday we're having our Merry Switchmas giveaway, our Christmas event live on the channel this Saturday, 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll have a lot of prizes, giveaways. You do not want to miss it. We'll have a tournament where Mario Kart, Splatoon, and Fall Guys, along with a little skit, like a funny little skit that we put together here as well. So don't miss it. This Saturday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time, we'll be starting our Merry Switchmas Christmas annual event. All right, so let's jump right into the meat and potatoes of this video, the Nintendo Direct, and go over the two scenarios, the one where they announced the Switch 2 in January, and the one where they didn't announce the Switch 2 in January. And either way, there now have been some games that have already been announced, right, and are yet to release on Nintendo Switch. They don't have a release date yet. So I'm going to go over the games that are already out there and in the public so that we can go over them and just kind of take them out of the way, right? In 2024, another recollection code that comes in January. That one is not going to be in the Nintendo Direct, of course, because it's in February. Then we have Mario vs. Donkey Kong happening on the 16th of February, which, if the Nintendo Direct happens around that time, this game could be in the Nintendo Direct, kind of giving us a bigger trailer. And since it already has a release date, it's more for promotional reasons. Donkey Kong plus Mario plus Donkey Kong, or Mario versus Donkey Kong, so I would say if the Nintendo Direct happens in February, it'll be the 15th, and it'll also have Mario versus Donkey Kong as basically telling you it's going to be available within the next 2 days. A game that will surely be there with more gameplay, more details, is Princess Peach Showtime, which will be available on March 22nd, 2024. Now, Princess Peach Showtime is basically a mainline game. It's a first-party game for Nintendo, and it's a bigger game just because it's not a remake or port. It's its own major game starting Princess Peach, which has everybody excited, right? It's about time we get Princess Peach with a new game, since she had her own game back in the day, right? So now we're jumping over to games that have been announced, but they don't have a release date, and they will get a release date in this Nintendo Direct, right? And so Luigi's Mansion 2D, HD, not 2D, HD, will get a release date, and I think that the release date for this will be April. Luigi's Mansion 2D, HD, or why do I keep saying 2D? HD is going to be in April, and then we'll get Paper Mario Thousand Year Door in May or June. This game is stated to be launched in the summer, stated by Nintendo. They said summer. They didn't say a date, but they said something. They did say summer. I just got garbled myself there. But anyway, those are the games we know about, right? Mario vs. Donkey Kong launching alongside the Nintendo Direct very near there. Princess Peach Showtime, Luigi's Mansion 2D HD, Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. Believe it or not, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games. That's half of the year already with games to be released. So we should hear more games coming later this year. And well, let's get it out of the way, right? Metroid Prime 1 and 2, or 2 and 3 HD version, right? The ports. Metroid Prime 2 and 3, a dual part pack, not remakes, but HD ports, just like they're doing Luigi's Mansion HD. Luigi's Mansion is not a remake, it's a port, and they just made it HD. They modernized it, better graphics, so that you can actually play it on your widescreen TV. And so they're doing the same exact thing for Metroid 2 and 3 as a dual pack, with the announcement of Metroid Prime 4, which I believe it's going to be a dual gen game. It's going to be for the Switch and for the Switch 2. And I don't know how they're going to do it, but I know they're going to be, they might have built both games from the ground up for the Switch and built up for the ground up for the Switch 2. And so Metroid, right? Metroid can make an appearance on this Nintendo Direct. We have maybe a shadow drop for that bundle, and then a release date for October or November of this year, because Metroid can be the big 2D game. Now, this is if Nintendo does not announce the Switch 2 in January. Now, let's go back to the other scenario. If Nintendo does announce a Switch 2 in January, how will this Nintendo Direct look like? Well, it'll look pretty similar, right? It'll look pretty similar to the one we have now. We'll still get the another Code Recollection, Mario vs. Donkey Kong, Princess Peach Showtime, Luigi's Mansion 2, Paper Mario Theft in Your Door. But we'll also get Metroid, right? We'll have Metroid 1 and 2, and we'll also get Metroid, but an earlier release date. I would say around the June or July, because then the game for this year, the big game for this year will change to be Mario, Super Mario 3D, that big giant open world Mario that has been rumored to come this year, will be the game that launches alongside the Nintendo Switch 2. So that will be the big game of the year. Not only that, but I would also add a big major first party Donkey Kong game to the Direct as well, as coming later this year. Now remember, E3 is gone, E3 is dead, E3 is not coming, because they announced it earlier this morning that it's gone, it's never coming back. So sad. But Nintendo will have a Direct happening in the summer, and that's where we're going to get the rest of the games coming out later next year regarding Switch 2. But when it comes to this year, Mario and Donkey Kong will be a big thing, right? We'll have the big open world Mario launching inside the Switch 2. We'll also have a Donkey Kong. And by the way, guys, this is all speculation. This is my thoughts on how I see and what I see happening later this year. We will also have, believe it or not, I know a lot of you out there might not believe this, an Animal Crossing announcement later this year. An Animal Crossing new game announcement for the Switch 2, because Animal Crossing did wonders for Nintendo Switch sales in 2020. It became the #2 most sold game of Nintendo Switch history, and so it becomes a system seller from now on. The user base for Animal Crossing, believe it or not, is massive. Okay, we have Mario Kart, which is the first, the top selling game of Nintendo Switch, and then we have Animal Crossing is the second most sold game in Nintendo Switch history. So we will get an Animal Crossing announcement maybe for 2025. And then the big announcement of the year, Mario Kart, the next game, which is Mario Kart, I guess, 10, right? So that will be the big games for Nintendo Switch. And I think that these games, that big open Mario game, Animal Crossing, Mario Kart, right? These games, they need to be announced earlier on rather than later. Why? Because all of these games are the top selling games on the Nintendo Switch, and they all have the biggest fan base, meaning, you know, there are more people playing Animal Crossing than other games, than Pikmin. There are more people playing Animal Crossing than Metroid. There are more people playing Animal Crossing than a whole bunch of other games. It's the #2 selling game in Nintendo right now. Mario Kart is the #1 selling game. Mario, of course, is still up there with, you know, if we have a first party open world Mario game, that big launch title. So these games will make the transition a lot easier. People would want to buy the next gen system in order to play these amazing titles, right? Not only that, with backwards compatibility, it'll make it so much easier. And then you haven't had your Nintendo account to just log into your Nintendo Switch 2, download all the games you're normally playing with the saved data and everything. You don't skip a beat, and you'll have access to the newer titles announced in the future. So there you have it. If they announce a Switch 2 release or a trailer in January, we'll get Switch 2 games announced in this direct for later this year. If there is no Switch 2 announced in January, then we'll get the rest of the lineup for the Nintendo Switch, and then in the summer, we'll probably get more Switch 2 games announced for this year. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Are you super excited for 2024? I am over the moon. I think that 2024 will be one of the most exciting years. I think the most anticipated year of Nintendo history will be the year 2024, along with the Nintendo Switch 2, with all these amazing games that are going to be announced, third-party games that are coming to Nintendo Switch, and it's going to be an amazing year, and I cannot wait. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments, and that is going to do it. Never give up. Journey on. Peace.